If you make small mistakes, like you see here where this line extends over the magenta line, it's very easy to trim them off. So it's modify and trim. The cutting edge is the magenta line. Think of it as a guillotine that runs through. Then you right click and then pick the offending line segment that's hanging over. While we're at it, we might, this is an entrance with some paving here. You notice that there's not neatness as the edge of the paving meets these steps leading up. Again, that's easy to fix, this time without any issuing of any command. Just select the entity there. It happens to be a polyline. You can check that over here in the properties box. And what we would like is at the end of that polyline to meet that intersection. So you can just click on the handle there, come over here to the object, snap, and snap to an endpoint. Now the end of that polyline meets the way we want it. And we'll do the same here. Click there, come across. We could go to an intersect and latch that intersect. In that case, an intersect and the intersect and an endpoint worked well. Again, we've got a slight overhang here, but because that's a block, that's a little more difficult. You can't trim to the edge of a block. You could move the block such that that comes in like so, and now we're okay. That move could take it, and it has done over in that direction. So becomes a little trickier to operate. I don't particularly want to explode the block. Its block is called anonymous_22. Well, I guess we can. Let's explode that block. And now we can issue the trim command. Exploding the block has brought a couple of elements here, which we can erase and modify and trim. This is the cutting edge, and we knock off the offending pieces of the block. There's more down here, so this becomes just a little tedious. It would have been easier to leave the slight error in the layout of that paving and not have to go through what we're doing here. But that's fine. We've now got our entrance neatly done, nicely trimmed off through there. Well, we'll now take advantage of the fact that we can create layouts, lots of views, if you like, of different parts of the design. This is clearly the front entrance with some stairs leading up. So we'll go Format and Layouts, and we'll make a new layout, and we'll make it an architectural or an ANSI C size, which is slightly different to the existing one that's there. And we'll make it in album format and OK. So this is, in fact, we'll go to the Layouts Manager and rename this. This is ANSI C sheet entrance. So by using names like that, naming tabs, you have a very clear idea of what's on them. Let's zoom extends, and we'll double click in here. Now we set the view of that, or the magenta box here, just around the entrance itself. So display it on the layout and then deactivate the viewport. So now I'm looking in this layout at the front entrance. You can see that using color yellow is not a very sensible idea. We need to change that text color. Let's go back to the model and zoom in again. So we're now working on the entrance. Whatever changes we make here in the entrance will be reflected in this sheet here. So if we come back there and take this text, and I think what we'll do is change it to by block, which will give us that white text, and we come back here, now we can see. So again, we have to change that color of the arrows and so on. So it gets a little tedious. And make that modify block. So now our entrance is properly labelled and is taking shape. We can turn off the grid. That only inhibits things.